what happens. Hello everyone, welcome back to therationalinvestor.com's never-ending soap opera with YouTube. I have no idea if we're using the same stream, if a new stream got created, so we'll have to, if you guys wouldn't mind, either Paul or Ben, if you could pop on over to YouTube page and just see what actually is happening.
I can hear you over there.
You can hear me, eh? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right, so I'll do a little song. Let me know if you can hear the song. Can you imagine? Comes in loud and clear. How much I love you.
I guess it's a new stream.
Pardon me? Okay, I see there's 5 viewers there. The question is, can you hear me? Please. Actually, here, I could probably put the mute. Let's see what happens if I do this. Pardon me? Okay, yeah, I think. Okay, I see there's. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So I don't know whether the page itself got screwed up. It might be like a new YouTube page. Let's see what we got here. Pardon me? All right, looks like that's going. 4 watching now, so I don't know whether this is a new page, but I'll put that on there. Let's see if it is. Yeah, it does. It looks like it. So anyway, and there is Noor Adin says, "Yes, Brian, we can hear you, and you smell, man." What? Oh, thanks, man. We're watching now, so I don't know that. Oh, hey, I can even hear myself somewhere. I wonder where that is. Oh, is that? Are you guys playing the video? Did that pick it up through there? Oh, well, I mean, if anything, this makes perfect sense because this market, this year, just an absolute train wreck. So if anything, absolutely perfect analogy of this crazy life. Let's see what happens when I do that. Second attempt. All right, well, I think that's okay. Anyway, Hector's there. Hector says, "What's up, guys? Hey, Hector. Party on, man." All right, welcome back to the show. I think we got our head on straight. OBS there threw me a curveball, and actually it's still got a red dot over it, so this whole darn thing might crash again, which kind of sucks, but I do at least see that my microphone's being picked up. So, where are we here? I think this is the page that we want. Welcome back to, maybe what I'll do is I'll edit this afterward and I'll do the lead in here. So ready? Here we go. Let's make sure that this is what's showing on the YouTube page. There it is. Okay. Try again. 13 minutes in. Oh, that's terrible. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to therationalinvestor.com's crypto countdown. Crypto TRI Crypto Top 100 View. Crypto. What the hell's the name of the show? I don't know. Something about crypto. Anyway, my name is Brian Beamish, one of the principals here at TRI, therationalinvestor.com. Here is our website, of course. You know, we also have this really kick-ass YouTube page full of tons of content for you to chew on for totally free, including these shows. As I said, our website, actually, I was kind of hoping to show you the front page, but I guess when you're logged in, it just takes you to the overview. Welcome back to our frivolity. We spend about an hour or two chit-chatting a little bit about crypto. Actually, I got to say, you know, for whatever it's worth, it's probably not worth a hell of a lot. But, how am I going to do this? So we'll just go like that. There we go. Strapped on a long position in Bitcoin after that dump from I guess a few days ago. Ironically enough, we here at this TRI Crypto Countdown show, whatever the hell we call it, I asked my co-hosts to predict the future, tell us what we're going to do. And actually, they were super bullish last week. If we had actually come into the show and done the show here, I would have won our bet basically unchanged. But with the rally on the other side of that CPI data number, print, the whole damn market lifted here. I mean, I'm perfectly happy because I actually stepped in and bought. And actually, I think I did Paul's trade here. Paul, as you've seen of recent, he's quite a fan of 61.8. And when I saw that have a nice inside bar, I was like, hey, I got to get long. So that's good to see. And Ethereum itself, actually, I think I had it on, I cover a number of these different charts. Yeah, here it is. This is the one I want to show you. Ethereum, of course, we had the, I don't know whether it's the intestinal fortitude or whether it's just blind luck, but we had the fortunicity, is that such a word? Step in on Ethereum around $1,000, you know, big fat round number. It's pretty simple trade. And actually, Ethereum is approaching double our purchase price. Super excited because then I get to tweet out banging out doubles and looking like the man. And actually, this was a fairly sizable trade. So when you double your money here, it's a couple serious dollars. So I'm pretty stoked. Interestingly enough, you know, I trade the futures markets, and actually through the day. We've just been sitting. Oh, fantastic. Look at that. So, oh, look at that. Actually coming into my sell levels. So great. I decided to leave a position on overnight. Again, coming out of that huge inflation number. Huge jump up. I mean, I really fully expect the market to work its way up to this 42.48, which is also to be a megaphone trend line level. So anyway, I'm pretty long the market right now. And if I'm lucky through the Asian session, I might even get a fill here on the Bitcoin, on the ES forwards. I don't think I'm going to get any fills on Bitcoin today, but you never know. I mean, maybe if I sit here and talk long enough, maybe we will. And actually, the one thing I'm a little disappointed about is you guys last week got me all super jazzed and excited about things like these EGLD trade, and I haven't worked on Kraken before, but I kind of fat fingered the trade, for lack of a better term. And I had the order working. I should be filled, but no, I fucked the trade up. Excuse my French. So anyway, but this EGLD moving up really nicely here. And I think also, too, you guys were all excited about that 1 inch, right? And I think it's done fairly well. If we head on over here, yeah, look at that, just charging higher here. So, and then also somebody, too, was suggesting to me that I take a real good look at this theta. Maybe a little late to come in now, but gee whiz, lots of bullish structure here. So the really cool thing is, it looks like we're actually getting this this sort of late summer crypto rally that we were kind of hoping for. So that's really encouraging to see. I would talk more about our TRI's breadth indicator. It's been a super helpful tool here, but unfortunately our engine had a bit of a hiccup overnight, and this stuff hasn't been updating past day or so. So the breadth indicator, which is too bad because it actually was really an excellent guide for us, but I just don't know. And the irony of it all is, you know, our TRI's CTO doesn't go on vacation very often. Of course, he's got a couple of little kids, so it's summer vacation. He's like, you know, I got to go take a week off for the kids and, you know, take them to Disneyland and all that stuff. And, of course, what's the 1 week in the year the darn thing needs to poop out? And so we were all kind of scrambling overnight. I can't really speak to you about the dashboard data. And if anything, this is the whole point of this sort of beta version right now. If you sign up for the dashboard data until about November, December, it's a substantial discount to the regular price. And then really what I want is like sort of a formal launch as of November, December next year. So I'll leave the dashboard conversation for tonight. And really what I wouldn't mind doing is seeing if we can just churn through as many charts here tonight with my buddies. And speaking of buddies, probably a good opportunity to introduce them. We have the Romanian Nightmare. And actually, the name's catching on. Did you see? People on the site were calling for the Romanian Nightmare, which I thought was so cute. Paul! And it's morning, so we have to say, good morning, sir. How are you this fine morning?
Hello, hello. Good morning.
Good, good. Oh, you didn't tell me how you're doing. You must be doing pretty good. You've
Yeah, this week was a bit laggy for me. I had some problems and I didn't stay in the charts too much, but it's okay. I'm still in profit, but not so much
no.
last week.
All right. So, the bottom line here is how are the process goals going?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That one is in his place.
I don't know whether there's one in particular I'm referring to, but whenever I talk to anybody, frankly speaking, I don't even really care. You're profitable one week, you're not profitable the next week. I mean, that's just the market. If you're running as one of these statistical model businesses, you're going to have some good weeks, some bad weeks. That's just the way it is. But most important thing is how are the process goals going? In fact, on the website, I've made it. So, in fact, a bunch of us we're going to try and put together a Portuguese campus. And actually, we have a meetup coming up next month. If you're interested, maybe reach out. Although, really, it should be a TRI function. It's not really a public function. So forget I said that. But point of the matter is, there's a bunch of us on the site that have where we trade futures, and really the question is, can you manage yourself? And at TRI, we do have a journaling tool. Where is it? Over here on everybody's dashboard. When you first get in, you have your journal. And actually, today was a really interesting day because I actually started out. There's that bull flag I was talking about in the ES, and I started out and I kind of made a shitty decision in the market. I'll be honest with you. I mean, sometimes you just make mistakes. But the good part about it is you sit and journal it out. And actually, like I said, I had a second trade that I came in that which was much more valid. The setup was nice and crisp. Levels are crisp. And I'm still in the setup, right? I'm more than happy just to carry the trade forward because I'm long and market's moving higher, so I'm happy with that. So, I spent a lot of time today. What did I learn? My first trade wasn't really that good. And actually, I made a lot of mistakes on this trade. It was just a really bad decision. But that's just the way a trader's life is. Got to acknowledge your mistakes. Try and make a commitment to get rid of the mistakes. It's usually the mistakes that what kill us in this game. So, and then, of course, really important to jot down how you feel. And of course, this is a pretty darn stressful world we're in right now. So you really got to download those emotions. Also, too, I mean, this is a very screwy market because we're getting economic data prints that if you are a seasoned trader and you've been following along TRI, you kind of had a pretty good idea that this was actually going to happen. But is it really a top in inflation? I don't know. I think it's way too early to really call it. I think if anything, it almost feels like the market was a little too negative. Like if we look at like the stock market, I mean it's been down and it's about 6 months, and you get into these kind of mental sets where people just think down. We're just going to keep going down. And that's not the way markets work. Markets are ebb and flow. Of course, like if we look at crypto, crypto is a fantastic risk proxy, folks. So crypto, actually, and you see the correlation with crypto and things like the NASDAQ. And I think that's only going to grow. But it's ebb and flow. Doesn't it kind of feel like we've gone like ebbing just a little too much? We need to do some flowing here. So I think that's basically what's happening here. I don't know whether it's really necessarily a new bull market, but they always say follow the chalk marks. Make hay while the sun's shining. I mean, if the market's going to move up, I'll take the market's money. It's just the way it is. And our big challenge is, like I said, we've got this meetup coming up in September, and how are we going to pay for it? Really, I want to let the market pay for this. I don't want to pay any money out of my pocket. So go, Ethereum, go! Go, Bitcoin, go! Hey, look at this. I'm going to get a fill here before the show's over. Hot dang! So it's a pretty nice trade. It's up a couple bucks here. This is a smaller trade. The Ethereum, I'll tell you, this is about 10, 20 G's. So that's a bigger trade for old man Beamish. He doesn't like to risk that kind of money every day. So anyway, I'm not quite sure. Oh, you know what? Silly me. So we have two show co-hosts here, and we introduced the Romanian Nightmare. And thank you very much, and good morning, sir. Have a cup of coffee and a smoke while you listen to the Beamish rant here, and I'll turn the floor over to you shortly for your newsletter update, which I think is so cool. This is such a cool feature of our little video here. And then our Floridian, Mr. Would you say that you live in paradise? Would you call it paradise? Are you far enough south in Florida that you avoid the winter? I don't know. I guess
Pretty
we'll let him
much.
tell you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's nice. It's good.
All right,
Yeah.
there's Ben. Hi, Ben.
Here I am. How you doing? Happy to be here.
Well, what I love is, and you know, this is just the way life goes. But actually, I've seen a couple of people go, you know, of the three, Ben's the coolest. I like Ben. Ben's my kind of guy. I love seeing those kind of comments. Just totally awesome. So I think we have a pretty good mix of characters, you know, like, actually, and it was really cool in the Secret Options Formula Club meeting last night. Derek popped in. So Derek
Cool.
says hello to all of you.
Nice.
And he's doing well. So maybe we'll have Derek back on the call in the not too distant future.
Yeah, it's great
And
to hear.
yeah, and Nick pops in and sort of says hello every once in a while. I think
Yeah.
actually he was even
So
posting.
he had a Danny update today, didn't he?
A
Or
what?
was he a Danny update the other day?
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you
actually he did. He said
he did?
in the room specifically, didn't he? He said, just FYI, if you are interested in the Danny soap opera, I think Nick follows it pretty closely. He says, you asked when he would become vocal again. Seen a lot of action last few days. So let's see what the heck Danny's up to. Here he comes. Time to start pushing products again, just like last year. I've not run out of ideas. In fact, we have been building all this time. So here we go. Party, party. And if anything, that kind of makes sense, right? Him coming out of the penalty box would make perfect sense. We'll have a nice little speculative crypto rally here. And you know, make no mistake about it. It's not like I am a fan or not a fan, and I have ill will. I mean, I hope these guys build a better mousetrap and, you know, get the world to beat a pat to their door and all that kind of fun stuff. And I know one of my buddies that I actually roomed with for about 6 months there last year, Andrew, he's got a whole bunch of Sienna, I think it is. I'm not quite sure. I think that's the correct name. I don't know whether that's attached to Daniele or not. I also know that, if I'm not mistaken, I think Shane got a bunch of Abracadabra or something like that. I'm not quite sure. So I know those two. They're super into all the Magnus story and all that. And maybe if we're lucky, those two maybe will pop in and give us a report over the next couple months. That would be nice. Shane, Andrew, if you're out there, maybe let us know what you guys are seeing in the market. So, yeah, and thank you very much, Nick. There's Nick. Hope the new house is going well. I mean, I think all of you guys didn't you say, Ben, that you moved into a new house? Can't remember. I don't remember that.
Yeah, back in April. So
April, so
all
that's
settled
forever
in
ago,
now.
right?
Yeah.
You getting settled in? Nice place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Happy to be here. Living the dream.
Living the dream. There you go. All right. So Paul just said he's gonna come back in a couple minutes. I guess he's out for a smoke. So, just a quick overview, I guess, of the big boys. Maybe a little bit overview about the broader market. What do I want to show you? Yeah, I like these. Actually, this is kind of like the maybe looking behind the green curtain. What the hell does the old man actually look at when he's trying to analyze this market? So I'm actually a big fan, and actually, I'm really surprised considering the way Evergrande and all that has gone down in China. I'm actually really surprised Tether is awfully quiet here. So I got the impression that Tether didn't quite have sort of one-to-one backing of its stable coin with fiat currency. But they use things like Chinese paper to make up the percentage yield difference. So then that way they could maybe invest only like 50 cents on the dollar or something like that. I have no idea. I mean, I'm not an expert on Tether and I never will be. And frankly, I was in Tether for quite a while. I went through that soap opera last cycle. Where is it backed or isn't it? And frankly speaking, I can't handle that kind of stress. There is so much easier ways to make money in the marketplace. I don't need to worry about that kind of crap and whether they're jumping through regulatory hoops and is it all a scam and all that. I hate that kind of stuff. So that's half the reason why maybe I don't do so well at the Bitcoin stuff. Is it just scares me immensely to leave my money just sitting there, especially on things like the Decentraland exchange, the way that all went down. Anyway, I'm sorry to get derailed there. But what I will say is that I actually like to use the Tether sort of push, whatever direction it is, and in this particular case, what I like to do is just simply, you can see here, all I do is I just ask, what is Bitcoin's price on Bitfinex, because that was sort of the principal place for Tether. Although, if I understand correctly, I think basically Binance has got into bed deeply with Tether, so maybe it's not even the best place to study it. But the way that I actually like to sort of judge how Tether's doing is just simply asking, what's Bitcoin over on Bitfinex doing versus like Bitcoin on Coinbase, which of course Coinbase is owned by Wall Street, and we all know what Wall Street's preferred stable coin is. And if you don't, figure out Goldman Sachs's history in crypto, and then you'll know. So I don't know whether that's actually the best measure for Tether demand or not. I've noticed that when this goes, spiking higher, so you can see back in May, it was. Then of course you ask, what the heck was Bitcoin doing back in May? And where the hell's May? There it is. So there was May. Bitcoin was dumping pretty hard. So in a weird sort of way, you can kind of use this tool as a way to sort of gauge sort of the fear of people and how they sort of, if there's a lot of demand for the Finex product over the Coinbase product, that it's sort of like a lot of people are just running into that into the Tether trade. I don't know. I think it's still valid. I'd be curious. These here, you can see these are actually what we would call spreads, and they're sort of the difference between the price of the futures contract and the spot market. And if you understand the purpose of the futures market, then you'll understand that if futures carry a huge premium, actually that's a good sign. That's a healthy sign. And if they carry a discount, then that's actually a very unhealthy sign, and it means people are panicking and dumping. And they don't really expect a lot of good in the future. So I suppose it's a good thing. And what I wanted to do was just show you the symbol I had here. I don't see it though. How the heck do I get that symbol? Why was I double click on it? Symbol. Why is it not showing? Alright, I remember Brian's a doofus when it comes to these. Nope, it's not there. Ah, fudge. Anyway, maybe what happens if I go like that? Nope, still won't show me the symbol. Darn it. Anyway. This should be basically the Bitcoin CME futures versus a spot price, or a deferred contract versus a close-in contract. So the point here is that this is a positive number, so that's good. Of course, we've been in a bit of a downtrend, right? And obviously, there was sort of the peak in the Bitcoin market. We've been working our way lower. If we went negative, then like I said, that would be a very bad sign for the industry. I get the impression we're seeing a lot of bottomy type action here. So that should be bullish. I don't know whether though this is just showing the futures, like the spot contract. Like I said, I don't think I have this symbol correct anyway. You can see on here I've got the September Ethereum forwards on OKCoin versus Ethereum cash market. That's actually the classic way of measuring this. And same thing for Litecoin. There's the September contract versus the sort of cash. And even they have like an actual cash index for OKCoin. And really all, like you remember last, like we said, last May, this was the top of the market. And I guess this actually looks just like Bitcoin price. I don't think this futures quote is correct. And then November, right, we had a little bit of a spike in there, so you can see that was a bit of a peak. And then, conversely, so you can use this as sort of a fear and greed, fear and greed, that's right. So when this thing's spiking up top here, obviously the market is very greedy. And when it's spiking lower and threatening to go negative, like you can see it was actually negative here on Ethereum forwards back there in December, that's a sign that the market's panicking. So it's interesting. We did just trade to kind of a bit of a panic low there on the Ethereum forwards sort of market structure. Kind of like pointing its way down, but we'll see whether we can turn back up here. I'm seeing a lot of sort of like WE type action here. So I'll keep our fingers crossed. I don't know whether that's really of much help for you here in the short term. Our level tours, they explore a lot of... In fact, actually, Ben, you just went through this. So if anything, what I wouldn't mind is, Ben, let's get like a futures market spread update from you now, because Ben just did all the futures industry stuff in the course materials. So now he's an expert, right, Ben? Ben, hello.
That's all about that. Yeah, there's a lot to get my head around. Maybe once I pass I'm down to studying the last week, and hopefully if I pass the exam, I'll be the smartest man in the world, and I can do that for you.
All right. He's still trying to figure out how many indicators are in the DI index, right?
Oh yeah, I think that gave me a new appreciation of the breadth as well.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I put a lot of time and effort into that. And the funny thing is, FYI, and actually it was cool in the Daily Brief. Somebody even pulled up. They have like on file my 1980s website documents and stuff. But just FYI, this actually looks fairly simplistic, but like the Dow Jones Industrial of breadth. This is actually a stunning amount of actual data that is crunched to actually come up with that figure. So good. I mean, that's the irony of it all. It's a lot of computing. So, but we won't go there today. All right, sort of moving along. I like to, of course, keep an eye on sort of like all of the indexes as well as sort of like the poop coins. And of course, remember I did, over on Trex, I had that fund portfolio. We completely liquidated it. It's all gone now. We had that fund portfolio of, shit coins. So it was important to sort of keep an eye on whether poop coins were actually basing. And I gotta tell you, that doesn't look bad. Considering that we're hearing news that Danny is, poking his head out again, it looks like this market looks like it wants to jump. I think what do we got here? Binance Alt BDC. Okay, yeah. So all of these are all altcoin indexes with specific. This Binance one, it has probably some bigger names in the Binance universe that have jumped up here nicely. It'd probably be in the crypto top 30. So, but anyway, point of the matter here is we're finally getting a little bit of W's. You can see last time we W'd here, it's a bit of a head fake. We had a nice little rally there. Sort of, that was like the 420 kind of rally. Guess there's 420 there. Actually, 420 was the end. As soon as pot day came and went, the whole freaking market just puked out. So, I suppose we just want to keep seeing higher highs and higher lows. I don't know whether the DeFi universe can recover from like things like the Luna disaster. That might have just been too big of a kick in the nuts for the DeFi sort of industry to rebound so quickly from. But like I said, interesting to see Danny perking his head up again. Number of different indexes. There's the Bitcoin and Ethereum futures contracts. I like to keep an eye on them. This was supposed to be a matrix of all the OKCoin and BTC futures, but you can see, look at the last time I updated this was June, so that's a little bit dated. Stock market proxies for Bitcoin, so it gives you a pretty good idea what the hell the stock market's thinking. These are a couple Bitcoin ETFs that actually trade in Canada. So I like to keep an eye on them. And, probably this stuff is hit sort of prime time, Main Street, USA, when you actually have a Bitcoin ETF on a big board down in the States. Of course, the Grayscale fund, but the issue there, of course, is it's OTC. So you have to be very careful. But, whether it be the OTC fund or the exchange-listed funds in Canada, you can see the same pattern. I mean, the market's trying to bottom here. Here's this is a fun study, this NVT study. This is a good study to use to try and prevent yourself. Like if you want to invest, a lot of people are just here. I just want to flip this stuff and make a couple bucks and Ferraris and all that stuff, kind of talk. But if you actually want to invest in Bitcoin, at sort of non-stupidity levels, this is the way that I would love to see you approach, where you just have to have the patience and discipline when this thing goes red, that you just got to leave it alone. And you have to wait for it to come out of red and get settled down. And it's fascinating how it seems to be right around this 100 level. The market likes to pivot. I mean, will we ever get a situation where the network is actually considered undervalued and underused? We might. Maybe middle of next winter, I could see that happen. But for the time being, make hay while the sun's shining. Like I said, that was a nice little signal. And that actually came in, you can see that was back like in May, June. So this is a fantastic little leading indicator. And I think it's extremely valuable. I put this tweet out on my personal Twitter feed. So, if you are interested in taking a look at sort of like how you value, I'm a big fan of having unrelated reasons to justify acting in the market. And this is a beautiful, unrelated reason. It has nothing to do with the price of Bitcoin. Nothing to do with some clown who's trying to get another gold watch or gold-plated steak. So he's shilling you to use his referral codes and all that kind of crap. It's just purely a value metric of what how the network's doing. And when it's red, It means the network's stressed out and leave it alone. It's actually a really, really powerful tool. And then, of course, probably bringing up the rear here. We have one gentleman on the site. I don't see him on the site that much anymore. But, that's what happens with a lot of alumni. They go and make a whole pile of money. And then, of course, they're going to start their own advisory services, right? And that's the natural feeding order of the way financial services industry works. Does not surprise me at all. So a lot of our alum go on and become principals in other firms, and some of our alum have done just staggeringly well. I was joking with the site that when I always start out teaching all of these people, it's always like, okay, now if I teach you the secrets, I got a 1% royalty on how you do going forward. And of course, while they're learning, they're like, that's fine, yeah, no problem, sure. And then they go and make $1 million, bazillion, gazillion dollars. And then I refer, hey, how about that 1% royalty? I can't remember that conversation. I got to go, Brian. There's somebody calling me over there. Sorry. Great talking to you. But anyways, I'm not bitching. I've been very well compensated for the time and effort that I put in here in the crypto universe, but it's kind of a funny analogy. So we have one gentleman on the site, and actually I sort of gleaned this study from him, especially coloring the backgrounds. Actually we talked quite a bit about it. He has one tool in particular, and actually I can even show you right here. And actually this would be a really handy exercise for you. It's a great way to approach the market. Let's actually do a YouTube quiz. I don't know. What is supposed to be the fib that we use just to judge whether this is even this down move is even finished yet? I mean, maybe we just need to do a dead cat bounce and keep heading lower. So what is that fib? And you can also use it on the upside. Maybe the bull market isn't done, just needs a healthy pullback, and it's a nice fib to help you get in, right? Yeah, and then what's Mr. Gann's fib? All right, and actually it's not really a fib. But what the hell? Those are the kind of things that drive technicians crazy. But we'll call the 50% level a fib. Anyway, if you take that zone, and we'll just do the recent price action on Bitcoin. It's pretty straightforward. And we apply Collins' pump chaser. In the case of the market going down, bear market, we call it maybe the dump chaser. And really, I would fully expect the market to dead cat bounce right back to 38.2s just to test whether this is even a bear market still. And we might find that it goes like that, and it continues on its merry way. Probably actually very similar to what you saw right here. See that? So we like to call that on the site. And big shout out to Colin, because I think he's done very well learning this technical analysis craft. He likes to call this the Colin pump. In this case, it would be the dump chaser zone. So, if you wanted to short Bitcoin, don't short it here, and definitely don't short it in the face of W's. You're just asking for trouble. But isn't that interesting? Wasn't there some sort of brokerage house or something like that came out with a price target of $38,000 on Bitcoin over the past little while? Does anybody remember that? Remember who that was? Ben, do you remember who that was?
Your old mate, Joey Diamond.
Joey, that's right, yeah. Interesting how Joey went over to Hong Kong and told the CCP that Joey would be in Hong Kong longer than the CCP would be in Beijing. And you see what's happening in China right now. Interesting. Anyway, Joe, and what was funny about this, of course, is that it was Joey Diamond's firm that came out with this price prediction of 38K. And then Joey Diamond himself comes out right afterward and goes, but I still hate Bitcoin, and it's still a fraud, and I don't want my daughter buying it. Which I thought was funny. Anyway, by the end of all this, he's going to be long Joey. That's the worst part about it. Anyway, so 38.2 is 38K. I think actually that's a very realistic price objective coming out of this this summer here. Yeah, it might even go something like maybe something like that, right? We rally doink right up into here, and then we find out whether this is actually a bear or not. And the worst part about this is that this is actually exactly what happened in this cycle, right? Where the market comes screaming down, it bounces violently back up, and I remember this was the CFTC guy was testifying in front of the U.S. Congress, and then, hey, don't shit on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not so bad. And Bitcoin jumped back up, then came right back down to that level, then rallied back up, and then one more puke out into the end of the cycle. Of course, this stuff never repeats itself exactly. They always say history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And really the way that I would interpret the rhyming is where did this bottom come in? What do you think the odds are? It was in a reload zone. There is our reload zone. And of course, you always hear me talking about how Bitcoin loves to W out. And actually, a lot of these speculative assets like cryptocurrencies, they love to W out right off that damn 78.6. It drives you crazy. So if I was just going to do the same logic, I would just simply say, where the hell is this 78.6 to 88.6 zone? And there it is. So what I'm worried about here, and it wouldn't surprise me, this would make perfect sense. We bounce back up into here, maybe come down here, then one more dump into sort of the new year, and then put in our base, and away we go for the next cycle. And I wouldn't be surprised if our path looks something like that. But anyway, right now, hope you're long. Hope you're enjoying the rides. You know, actually, ironically enough, I don't even think it's Bitcoin that's leading the charge here. I think it's Ethereum. And Paul, do you have your own personal 32 Ethereums?
Nope.
Uh-oh. Well, we got to do something about that, Mr. Monster Trader.
I'm just a trader.
Well, if I understand correctly, and maybe we draw the megaphone off of that level now. I don't know. But yeah. If I understand correctly, I know Chico said this, and I don't even, that's not even his name, right? What is his name? What's Chico Crypto's real name? I hate when you have to talk in like these pseudo names. I like people's real name. Call me stupid.
Does it start with a T?
Yeah, I think it's Tyler, isn't it? I think that's right.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah. Anyway, Chico Crypto, Tyler, tomato. I think I remember him saying years ago that once the merger happens and it turns to POS, if you have 32 Ethereum, you have an income for the rest of your life. So I went and bought another 15 down here at this 1,000 mark. Or maybe I bought like a dozen or so, and I had a few on the books. But I wouldn't mind having more, that's for sure. Then the ultimate question is, do I follow my trading plan? And if it doubles in price, should I sell half and get myself that risk-free trade? I mean, isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? So, I don't know. I think you probably will hear and see that bang it out doubles tweet that I always love to do. But it's going to be painful letting those go. I can tell you. But you got to follow your plan, right? You're only as good as following your damn plan. All right. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what... Jesus, I'm coming into this 2-1. Oh, goodness. Actually, maybe I should turn this over to Paul and just make sure I have my orders working here. Because I really should take some profits at that 2-1. That's what I said I was going to do. Again, follow your damn plan. I just wanted to finish off that conversation just so look at this trade. What a TRI totally knocked the cover off the ball. The guy actually went in. It was so beautiful, right? Because we teach a million different ways to trade, and one of the ways we like to trade on the site is through options. And he came in just the other day. He went and bought a whole bunch of call options. And this is like a weekly price chart. So you can see it's still got, you can move back to $30 a share. And this was today's price action. Hey, don't you want to wake up to that kind of price action? And he had an option. So the option, like I think he paid like 20 cents for his option. His option's like $4 or $5 now. So way to go. I can't remember who it was on the site, but damn, stone cold. Okay. I keep sort of getting distracted. Sorry. Yeah, I never even finished this story. Sorry, everyone. Okay. So, Mr. Colin Dump Chaser, Pump Chaser's own guy. He showed me this a while ago, or, you know, sort of in his videos. I maybe gleaned it from watching him. Okay, I like this kind of thinking, you know, where basically this is the market dominance, right? And it's BTC.D. And basically whatever direction it's heading, market structure-wise, is a pretty good idea of who's driving the bus here. And if this thing, of course, is trending higher highs and higher lows, then unfortunately it's Bitcoin's outperforming, which usually means sort of like, you know, crypto winter kind of talk. So it was refreshing there back in June. We actually had the pivot where this thing started to break down, and it's continuing to break down. So I don't see any reason why this altcoin sort of resurgence, and really what I kind of think is going to happen here, kind of like what I was showing you off of this chart, is, you know, and Litecoin's probably a good example. I think it's just going to be that the little coins are just going to go through a period of playing catch up. Like you can see Litecoin, and actually we were even kind of talking about this on the site, that maybe it's worth actually going and picking up some of Litecoin, because you can see Litecoin's just been bumping along the bottom end of the range. He hasn't even really gotten going. And you know what? This is a daily chart. I think somebody on the site even pointed out that this thing's actually starting to spit out weekly W's. So I think what this really is maybe, you know, latter part of the summer. That would make sense. Latter part of the summer. We're probably going to see things like Litecoin, right? There's sort of not the biggest of the cryptos, but sort of mid-tier. I see a lot of those kind of names starting to perk up. And I'll tell you, Charlie's just sitting right on his W level there, right? I mean, the good part about this is it's not really like voodoo what I'm doing here. Once you actually know the secrets, then it's sort of like, well, Brian, I mean, it's just buying W's for Pete's sake. Well, there you go. Look at it there. I mean, look at that W. There it is. So, you know, the problem with Bitcoin is that, of course, it's not there anymore. There's the W there. Now we're up here. You had to wait, and then when the market did pull back, you had to have the balls to step into the breach. And I'll tell you, just even yesterday, I was looking at this trade going, oh, God, I don't know. Did I do the right thing here? Oh, Jesus. But I followed your plan, and that's usually what happens when you follow your plan is a damn rally comes out of nowhere, and you're like, well, son of a gun, look at that. So anyway. So, point of the matter here is, I think altcoins can still do a little bit of damage. You want to replicate that study? It's a really good way of looking at the market. So there you go. Gave you a nice little walkthrough of some of my internal measures in crypto I like to look at. Although I didn't really do that good of a job on the spreads, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of a different perspective on the market. And I'm seeing a lot of W's, W's everywhere. And actually, the one place you don't want to see a W is in here if you're like an altcoin, shitcoin trader. So that's awesome. And you don't want to see a W here, right? You want to see this thing stay down, stay gray, do not go red, and just be a nice, happy network. And then the bull market can continue. So, okay. Told you a little bit about what I'm doing in Ethereum. Told you a little about what I'm doing in Bitcoin. Got to go make sure I have my orders working. I love having Paul on the call because Paul is an outright trader unto himself and, of course, runs his own advisory service. And he puts out a nice little free newsletter. And it's awesome that he actually can just sit and walk us through his newsletter. So you get a very unique perspective, his perspective on the market. So, Paul, you ready to rock this thing?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Hey, that's pretty excited response. Why not? I don't know. I guess. Twist my arm.
No, no, no.
Okay, so I got to make sure I do this right though. So we got to turn the screen sharing off. And Ben, you still with us, or did I put you to sleep? Oh,
Still here.
hey,
Still
there he
here.
is. Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
All right, so I've stopped screen sharing. There is Crypto Traders Arena. You can totally tell Paul's every time he comes on, it's getting the shill's getting a little bit crisper, a little bit crisper, a little bit crisper. All right, let me maximize the screen here for you. All right, looks like that's good to go. I'll put myself on mute because basically you're the show, so. You've got the floor, sir. Take it away.
Yeah, on the newsletter, I have first thing I have the results from the last week. They are the trades posted with stop loss entry and take profit in the group, all of them on the last week. So we had 13 trades, 8 wins, 5 losses, 0 scratch, 61 win rate, 12% profit. This week, I had some problems on my personal life, so I wasn't too active. I wasn't too careful with the charts, and I missed some of the trades in the crypto space. But it's okay. I still have 2 days until the weekend. Weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we are still in the reload zone. We have W. We have reasons to see a dead cat bounce, like Brian said, at least to the, I don't know, maybe 30K, something like that. On daily chart, I don't like on daily chart. We have W's, everything is nice, but I don't like the MACD divergence and the MACD histogram divergence. Even on RSI, we had some divergence. OBV also, I don't know. I like the bounce, I like the W, but that divergence I don't. The divergence and indicators I don't like. Maybe we pump higher and we'll cancel this divergence, but they are there, and I have to be aware of them. On 4-hour chart, Bitcoin. When I made this newsletter, we are at the bot level. 25% was the level. From that moment, we have some updates. Bitcoin went a bit up, then a bit down. I missed a trade, a nice trade. I'll show you immediately. I missed this trade. I didn't miss it. I just was stopped out at scratch. So we had this bot, one low, two lows. I was waiting for a third low. I didn't get the low I was hoping for. I was long. Nice and clear. I hit the 50% level, so I put my stop to scratch. The market goes down, exactly, stops me out, and then after the reports from today or yesterday, depending on your time zone, the market is just reaching higher without me. At least on Ethereum, I have a lot of spot position, but on this one, I just get out of scratch. So on Bitcoin dominance, the dominance of BTC is just exactly like Brian said, is just going down. So I like that. I would like to see the bottom of the range, exactly this support area, maybe for a nice summer rally. Yeah, we still have some room to go until we expect some bounces and BTC dominance, at least on bigger time frame. Ethereum versus Bitcoin on 1 week chart. Yeah, we had this trend line. We broke the trend line. We are waiting for a W, the other side of the trend line. Let's just take a look and see how it's behaving now. Ethereum, BTC, Binance, 1 week chart. Yeah, so you can see broke the trend line and up we go to the top of the range. Yeah, you still have some room to go until this area. So Ethereum seems like is a bit stronger than Bitcoin. I don't trade this Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I just look at this chart on weekly chart to see if altcoins they are more powerful than Bitcoin, the other way around. For now, Ethereum looks damn strong, and maybe if we're lucky, we'll test this resistance area. Could be 85 will be a nice level to be hit. We have the house level at 81, so I don't see why not will not hit this level, top of the range, house level. So I'm expecting a bit Ethereum to continue to be stronger than Bitcoin, at least for 1 or 2 weeks. Total 2 altcoins, total market cap on weekly chart. Yeah, we are just bouncing. I don't know if it's a clear W. Let's just take a look now because we had some. So total 2. 1 second. Total 2. Yeah, we had some W, but if I put the line chart, you'll see it's not a clear one. I don't like to see W's like that. It's a bit the right part. It's a bit low than this one, but it's not perfect, but it's okay. So we are just bouncing in altcoins. Maybe we'll hit this level. 1 trillion could be. Will be a nice bounce in altcoin if we hit this level. We still have time in the summer. I usually put my calendar for people to see what to expect in the next week. So for this week was the CPI. I don't trade close to the reports. I don't know, 1 hour, maybe half an hour before and after the the reports. On Altcoin, from 2 weeks ago, we have Mana, 1 inch, RSR, Jasmine, Sushi Swap. On this one, I was looking for a dump and the reload zone. Let's take a look on which one of them. Let's take the Mana chart. 1 second. 1 day. Let's see where you have Mana. Come on. Yeah, so you see, we are a bit of profit on Mana. Still, I liked this level was traded, so it's a damn big W. We could see the first level of house or second one for to get a double in the price. Yeah, could be. I'm long, so keep in mind the 1 day chart. I'm speaking about spot position, not day trading. 1 inch, the same thing. I was posting this one. I like it. It's looking nice now. Yeah, we have some potential divergence, some in, but only in the MACD histogram. We don't have anything in the other indicators. Really starting to go to the overbought territory, so maybe you can get a second chance to enter this trade. Let's see RSR. On RSR, I was long. Where are you? Right. On RSR was long. I was long from this area. I sold some coins in here. Now I'm just reloading at this level. I was posting last week. Yeah, looks nice. Nice bounce in RSR. We could hit this level. Maybe trail the close some. I don't know. Maybe 50% of the trade and just trail the rest. We can go a lot higher if we zoom out a little bit. We have a lot of room to go up. And if you see, the RSR likes to make some pumps and then dump straight back down. But if you have your order in the market, it's okay. CT Kappa, I guess I have it someone in here, but I don't see it yet. 1 second. Where are you? Yeah, exactly. Someone point this up a long time ago on video like that or like this. I don't know who was on YouTube. Draw my attention. I just bought this level, this big W. I didn't wait for a reload zone. Or this consolidation looked too nice. So looks nice even now. I closed something, some 30%, I guess, in this area. And now I'm just waiting. We have a lot of room to go up. So, yeah, let's just see a big picture. Yeah, my target is at 50% from this move. But yeah, looks nice for now. Alice, I had some. Just a second. Let's just close that one. You don't need that for this show. Yeah, sitting at the bot level even now. I have to go, let's say, on 12 hours maybe to see the levels a bit better. We have one low, two lows. Now we are back to two lows, one low, two lows. But yeah, maybe a little dump in this area and we can frame a bot long. If you are not in this trade yet. Mana looks nice. A lot of altcoins look the same. I like that. Most of the big caps, mid caps look nice. A lot of W price action. I don't like to chase the market. I learned that in time from Brian. Don't chase. Don't just wait. Wait for a reload zone. These prices is nothing to do for me. I have a bot on the short side. I guess on. Let me check my list. On Solana. So, 1 second. So if you see, I have a short bot. One low, two low, one high, a second lower high, third one. So who wants to hedge his portfolio? Maybe he's thinking the market could dump. Yeah, you could frame a short on Solana with all the bad news. If Bitcoin goes down, Solana will probably go down even more. So you can frame a short bot, a short trade if you want on Solana. For the beginners, I like to do it. I did it a long time, so I like to do it this way. I just flip the chart to see the levels a bit better. So we have one low, two lows, third low. If you go down and cross this level, yeah, then it's a valid bot. Now, all crypto space looks happy, but for people who want to hedge their portfolio, to put maybe thinking short, yeah, you can frame a short trade on Solana. Doge I like, but I didn't have, I don't know, time. I didn't pick up this level. I'm waiting for a reload zone on this one. If I get the level, okay. If not, still okay. It's not a problem for me. But I would like to see a nice dump on the reload zone to pick up some cheap dodge. Maybe to get some free coins. We have time for that. It's not the bull market. The bull market is not back yet. So my order is at 61.8, something like that. I'll wait for this level to be hit to pick up some cheap dodge. And that's it for me. I don't have. I have something planned, like little old lady, something like that. But it's not complete yet, so I don't like to speak about it until the maybe next week will be complete and up and running on my Discord. So after that, I could speak about that plan. It's just an investment plan, 2 to 5 years time horizon. Yeah, when I see this chart, I'm a bit, I don't know, not upset a bit, but it's a trader's life. Maybe I was too early to put a long in this area, and I was have to wait for a third low. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah. Live by the sword, die by the sword, my friend.
Yeah, it's a trader's life. So next boss in 10 minutes,
So
I'll
one
get
thing that
the
I
next
would
one.
ask of you, if you're gonna do a little old lady risk management type plan, for Pete's sake, do not use the term little old lady.
No, definitely not.
I mean, if you want to make reference in the plan, we're gonna use a little old lady risk management. Fine. But
No,
call it the Romanian nightmare get rich in a couple years plan. I don't
no,
care.
it's the road to the financial freedom. So I
All
have the
right,
name of
there.
it.
Call it
No,
the Paul's financial freedom plan. Totally fine.
I will use the little old lady for the bear market only.
Wow, just the one thing that drives me crazy is if you have people at your site and then they'll come to TRI and I have to completely reteach them the whole concept of what the hell little old lady means. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people they are interested in the TRI, so they. I have a channel in the Discord with TRI. I have your tweets,
Right
official
on.
tweets from TRI.
That's
So
cool.
when the next term will begin, a lot of people want to come on TRI because I
Excellent.
cannot teach them. I, I like to post my trades to give some advices if I know something. But it's not a trading school. I cannot teach people to trade from zero line to 100%. I cannot do that, and I don't want to do that. If someone wants to learn how to trade, go to TRI, learn the process, learn everything, then come back here.
Sounds good to me. I'll buy that newsletter. All right. I think we got a pretty good idea of what you're seeing in the market, and congratulations on your trading. Looks like you're. What I like is you have a very educated look at the market. Like, well, this is happening, so that's happening, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'll be over there, and then that happens, and I'm doing this and that. I mean, just beautiful. Versus, most of the chatter in this silly space is, well, I think it's gonna man, so we're all gonna get rich, load up, all that nonsense. So it's really, and somebody even on the YouTube page here is, who the hell's that guy speaking? What's his Twitter feed? So we're already getting customers for you, sir. Excellent, love that.
Yeah, but I limit my access to the Discord on premium, at least. For
Yeah,
the
well, if you
free part
want,
of the group, it's okay. Everyone can come, but on premium, I'll limit the access because I don't like there are too many people, and it takes most of the trading part from my side. So
yeah,
I like to trade, not to write messages all day.
there you go. All right. Well, it looks like you're. I'm very proud of you, sir, and of course, wish you the best of luck. And looks like how's your was he a Swedish guy? Is that what it was? He said he was a killer technical analyst. He just needed a little bit of sort of structure.
No, it's a Romanian guy.
Oh, he's Romanian. All right, I don't know why I
Yeah,
thought
he's
Swedish.
good at the technical analysis, but he just need the process.
And how's he doing?
Working on. Yeah, it's trading all day, scalping, sniping entries.
Good. I mean, that's the whole reason why we do all of this is people like that gentleman. I don't even think there is sort of like the kind of service that we provide even out there. It's very difficult to find.
I didn't find anything like that at least with the process, the risk management, all thing from the beginning. I didn't find anything until TRI on YouTube on internet.
Yeah. So I tell you, this is a really special little unique pocket of time and space here, everybody. So
everyone will teach you the technical analysis part, how to use that indicator, how to do that, but it's useful without the process, without the risk management, the psychology part.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. I mean, the irony of it all is that what we used to always say in the market, but it's fascinating how your charts don't even show it, but a lot of people love the squiggly lines. And they figure that you figure out the squiggly lines and you're going to get rich. And ironically enough, the squiggly lines are actually the least important part out of all of this. The most important part is that gray matter between your ears and trying to manage yourself and not get in your own way. That's the worst part about it. I can't tell you how many times in the past 30 years I've been in really, really good positions, and I've literally talked myself out of the position because I was just nothing more than chicken shit and worried about losing money. But what's the whole point in taking the risk to begin with? I mean, it's remarkable how your brain really messes with you. So anyway, right, great presentation, excellent content. Thank you, sir. I think the community is well served. And by the way, if you are enjoying this broadcast, please hit that like button, subscribe, ring Paul's bell. In fact, we'll say ring Ben's bell, because Ben needs his bell rung, doesn't he? I think he does. Ben, you still here?
Yeah.
There he is. Hey, you know what I wanted to do, Ben, is pull up a Litecoin chart and tell me what your rule of 72 says about Litecoin right now. Because I like everybody to contribute a little bit on the call, and I think Ben's rule of 72 is such a fun way of looking at the market. So Ben, are you up for it?
Sure, let's do it. I think
right.
might be having a little bit of meltdown in the background.
Okay.
Just tell me if it gets too loud.
That's okay. If she wants to come in and yell, hey, you know what it's just going to be is you just say, well, there's a couple Luna investors in the background. They're still trying to get over how they're feeling. All right. So, Paul, okay, you're presenting. If you want to kill your presentation, I would appreciate it. And let's jump on over to Ben's world. And, you know, maybe we'll even fire a couple altcoins at Ben and see if he can do his Rule of 72 magic for us.
All right.
Are you screen sharing? I don't think you're screen sharing yet.
Here we go.
See your handsome mug.
Here we go.
And I think actually Ben's like all the girls, they're always posting. That Ben guy, he's so handsome.
Yeah, right. All right.
Here we go.
I think I've got a few squiggly lines on here already. Let's
look at that. I mean, is there not some money to be made? And maybe Paul, we got to circle around and get your take on Litecoin. But look at this. Is there not some money to be made on this thing?
Yeah, it's been knocked down a few, hasn't it?
Yeah, I just put out a tweet saying, what the hell is Charlie up to? Nobody. In fact, there was somebody on the site who sent me a private message saying, have you looked at Litecoin recently? Gee whiz. And I was like, holy free holies. Okay, so you're just getting set up here, and tell us the story when you're ready.
Okay. Cool. So I guess you can play around with this in a number of different ways. So we'll see if any of these numbers line up with anything. Okay.
So we got a double on a move just back to 78.2, eh? Or 72.
Right. So this first one I took off the whole range. So as you can see, that's the 72% off of that top there.
And did it bounce
market,
from that level up to 38.2?
That's a great
I bet
question.
it did, eh?
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see. Oh, that went all the way up to
All the way up to mountain. That's a little
Mountain,
scary.
yeah. But
Actually, Paul probably shorted that, eh?
yeah, I mean it did, bounce off of 38.2 first.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And then this one here coming off of this range, we've hit that 86 level. And look at that. That would be a nice little entry, wouldn't it?
Damn straight. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's right off of the lower 88.6, right?
That's at 86%. Yeah. So that's off the second range. So this is the most recent range.
And is that the one that you would use in the current market, given that we made a new low there?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And again, this is kind of like I'm still trying to figure this out, and it's a work of art, kind of playing with it. But
sure is.
Yeah, I mean, you lost that level there, that 72% level. So I guess naturally the next level there was at 86, and whoever bought down there, they're going to be selling half on a double at
lucky bastards.
83 level.
But just even and actually, have you done any studying of Foggenbaum?
Yeah. The top one on.
Yeah.
Well, now the question is, did you get a fill-in on any of this? Because I know how angry you get when you see Foggenbaums.
I don't get angry, do I? Anyway, what I would be curious about is does the so do the Foggenbaum levels line up with those double levels?
Yeah, so you got your 2.618. That's pretty close there.
Yeah, that's
the double level.
Son of a gun.
And your 4669 is up there at your previous kind of resistance where the market bounced off up there.
Yeah, like the first 88.17 number, right? Like if you zoom out. That first one over there at 57.20. Isn't that fascinating that that's basically the market double bottomed off of that level, and 4669 is its double level, isn't it?
Right.
There's definitely got to be some math going on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating. I mean, it's almost like you can literally see the market setting these levels up like they're like, I don't know, how do you describe this? What's the word? Oh, there he is. Hello, sir. Oh, we lost your microphone too. Yeah, I think you're on mute. Oh, did you DC there? Yeah, YouTube's giving us a couple challenges here today, eh?
Am I back?
Hey, there he is.
Is the screen still sharing?
Yeah, the screen sharing. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah.
I find it fascinating. What a coincidence. 2.618 is that 72 number, and 4.669 is basically that 72 number. I mean, God, there can't be just. Where's that Great Del Moody guy? Right, you're the smart guy here. What the hell's going on with all this? This is crazy. This math. I mean, doesn't that strike you as a bit surprising? How that 2.618 lines up perfectly with that 72? I mean, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, 7 plus 2 is what?
9. Oh boy, here we go.
There you go. All right.
I think 9 is the magic number in the universe, though, right? Like everything seems to always add up to 9, or there's some crazy law about 9 in the universe.
Yeah, I think Tesla would be all over that.
Yeah, he liked 3, and of course 3 times 3 is 9. So, but yeah, it's interesting. And the question is, how on earth does 861794 work into that math? I've got a clue.
Yeah. Yeah. No
8
idea.
and 6 is 14. So if we were Christine Lagarde, we would go, and then the 2, and drop the 0, and then add the 37, right? And then you move one decimal over. I remember there was a funny video somebody caught of her explaining the numerology of 2014 or something. And everybody's like,
Right.
what the hell are you talking about, lady?
Yeah, I remember seeing that. That was bizarre, yeah.
All right, so there, Great Talmudi actually has come up with the answer. Well, it's actually not that difficult, but you're just too stupid to understand, Brian. But he goes, 867. Oh, do you remember that? I gotta sing that. 8675309 8675. Paul, you have any idea what I'm referring to when I say that? I doubt it.
Nope.
Yeah, that used to be a popular song, God, 20, 30 years ago. 8675309. Jesus. All right, sorry everybody. But seriously, that if anything, can you take a screenshot of could you maybe change the color of the 4669 to like yellow or something so we can see it? And then maybe if you could take a screenshot of that, that's worth saving, man. That's so freaking cool. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That can't be an accident.
Doing the whole thing from
Yeah,
back
like
here,
that.
or
Jeez, look at that.
yeah.
It's just so pretty. And now, if you could do a fib from the lows going back up to that recent high, and where is 38.2 on the rally there? Like, do you have like a fib study that's just 38.2?
No, I don't. I should make one though, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I mean, just for the purposes of this, it would make it really clear like what we're talking about.
Yeah, I've got my 50%. Maybe I'll throw on a 38 too there.
Yeah, you call it the Colin. There you go. So, and then okay. So if you could just maybe adjust the screen, and take a screenshot of that, I'd love to keep that for reference sake.
Cool.
That's super interesting.
Okay.
And Paul's telling us something's breaking out here as we speak. So you're getting like picks as we go here.
All right.
I see a nice W on that one. It's not confirmed yet, but looks nice. If
There
the
you
trend
go.
continues.
So Paul's giving you treats, people. You're so darn lucky. Once you're done this, Ben, we'll have you pop on over and take a look at what the heck's on Paul's mind here.
All right. Okay, cool. So stop sharing, and Paul, you want to jump on, or?
No, you're going to drive the bus here tonight, buddy.
Okay. All right. Where am I going? What's the? Is it Sienna? Was that what you said?
No, I think it was. What did he say it was? amp. God, I used to have tons of this amp.
Can you look at this on Bittrex?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to fucking look at that goddamn site ever again. Thank you very much.
Well, I know.
There you go. So yeah, maybe zoom in on like I guess a 4-hour chart. You got to see Paul's W.
Is that enough history there?
Well, I mean, to see the W as it's happening right now, it should be okay. There you go.
Okay.
Interesting level. So, here's a really good example. You can see that tail there, eh? So this is what sort of kills you about crypto and when you trade these altcoins and stuff. So you got to understand, sometimes these markets are highly, highly manipulated. And to me, when I see that tail right down there, that looks to me like somebody just opened up the floodgates to try and just flush the market out and maybe go after stop loss orders. I doubt there'd be stops in there, but there might be. But clean up the order book on the downside. And really, ironically enough, that's probably your bottom down in there after that. That would be a classic. Can you zoom in on that, Ben? Can you see that tail, everybody? This is classic crypto. Look at that. That is, if that's not the definition of an FU move, I don't know what is. Having said that, you can see the W trying to form. You could probably do a nice horizontal line off of that. Looks like about, probably, I guess, about 8.5 or so. Yeah, right off of there. That actually looks like actually a half decent head and shoulders. So David O, he would probably like the look of that. In fact, he'd probably call that like an Adam and Eve, where the big FU move is the Adam, and the little W that just formed here is the Eve.
Well, I don't think I've really done a head and shoulders pattern.
There you go. Well,
Not so familiar with that, but we're
always a good time to start. That's the Harmonic tool. You want the head and shoulders one.
Okay.
There you go. And it's about fifth one down. And there you go. And now I would start it, just somewhere up there. Yeah. That's fine. Yep. And there. And then back to the neckline. Looks good. Oh, anyway, yeah, up in there's fine. Head, back to neckline. Then another shoulder. I'd go all the way down. I'd go all the way down to that recent. Well, you can't.
This one here? Okay, sorry.
You can adjust it. Hey, there you go.
Maybe here. Yeah. Something like that.
Well, there's something going on there. I don't know whether that's exactly right or not, but man, maybe something to keep an eye on. Now, it'd be interesting. Do a Foggenbaum off of that W. So if Paul's W does fire here, what would be sort of realistic upside objectives? So yeah, do a Foggenbaum off of that roughly. You know, you can adjust the levels as you go. All right, so 2.618 is nothing more than just rallying up against those previous highs, which makes perfect sense. That's where you should expect resistance to come in. And then if you really zoom out and start to do some fibs against the old highs, my hunch is things like 4.669s and 8.77s and stuff will line up against previous highs and also like reload zones. Like if you did a fib off of that rally peak from July, back down against these lows, my hunch is 38.2 is that rally peak from the 18th of July there. So let's see how he does. We'll go right off that low of that. Yeah, there you go. All right, perfect. See how, look how, you got to change that 4669 to a number we can see. So now I'm taking over.
I'm going to have to resave my template in a second.
All right, so now can you see, the rally peak from the 18th of July there left a juicy wick. There's a whole bunch of trap bulls inside that wick that would love to get released. So in a weird sort of way, if you can wrap your head around this chaos theory, what that 4669 level means is that, and if maybe, do you happen to have the bifurcation image handy?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's okay. I'll find it here for you. But if you just think of price, bifurcation, and then Foggenbaum. Probably totally butchered the spelling, but let's see what we get here. So yeah, if you can think of, yeah, there you go. Way to go. So you see how when the first right there, right where you have your mouse. Think of that as like a 4669 level. And the market just simply has a choice. It can either go up or it can go down. But the point of the matter is, it's not going to continue on the same course. It's going to run into a chaotic situation, and it has to make a choice. Do I want to move higher, or do I want to back down to the previous bifurcation level? So you can kind of see how 4669 here is going to be basically where a whole bunch of those previous bulls kind of have a choice. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, there you go. Wow, look at that. That's cool. I like how you're thinking there.
Really big.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
877 up there.
You'd probably want, you'd want it to line up. You want it's good. You're heading in the right direction. I would line up the next bifurcation with the 877, and then the bottom one has to line up with 2.618. So obviously the scale of the image is going to be a little bit tough to do.
Yeah, I think we have to square up the chart.
Right. But you get, I like how you're thinking. I like how you naturally took that next step with that thought process. But that's in essence the bifurcation here, right? Is in essence what has to happen is basically the math, right? It's going to run out of whatever the steam was that took it into that level. And now if we go back to the price chart and we say, well, why would price actually stop going up? And the answer is because you got all those trapped bulls sitting there. And of course you got that crazy Beamish guy and, you know, Colin and all his crew going, this is still a bear. So Colin and his crew are actually going to start stepping up and getting active right in that zone on the sell side. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope you YouTubers, that's I tell you, man, this is one of the secrets of the universe here. If you can wrap your head around this, oh boy. And again, I've never seen anybody on the internet, never seen anybody in all of my trading rooms. I only once ever heard of somebody who actually said, oh yeah, I trade chaos theory. That was the guy who founded Interactive Brokers. And he's ridiculously rich. And he said, oh yeah, I trade chaos theory exclusively. And now we know how this damn thing works. I've spent 30 bloody years trying to figure this out. It's taken forever. So thank good Lord, I think we've got it licked. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Hope you enjoyed that rant. All right, where should we go next? What time is it? Oh, look at that. Jeez, we only got about 20 minutes left. Maybe grab a screenshot of that if you could, Ben. Would love for if you could throw that into the lounge. That would be awesome. And I don't know whether we can somehow put that in the spreadsheet, but that'd be kind of cool to put it in the spreadsheet.
Do you want to do look at indicator confirmation or jump onto the next one?
Do you have a looks like Paul's already got another one for you to look at.
All right. Okay.
I would, if you could, put the bifurcation image you had there just in the corner though. Doesn't have to like overlay anything, just so people have that image. Yeah. Just, you know, maybe put like a small version of it just up in the corner, and just so people can sort of understand. Or not necessarily understand, but try and connect the dots of what's going on here. It's so freaking awesome that we finally got our head around this thing. Yeah, so that'd be a cool image to throw in the lounge and in the spreadsheet. I don't know if we can do it in the spreadsheet or not, but that is super, super cool. And if you're finding any value in this, please hit the like button, subscribe, make Google's algorithm and all that happy. I have to turn into a bit of a whore here, everyone. I have to raise a bunch of money to pay for my son's health care. So unfortunately, I'm going to be a bit of a shill here over the next 6-8 months. We also have customer products and stuff, new product lines coming down the pike here at TRI. I won't stress you with that, but I don't even think we monetize these. But if we ever do get around to monetizing them, I think Google will be happy if they see a whole bunch of likes and stuff. So if you're enjoying this, if you learned something you've never seen before, if you're getting any value out of anything Ben or Paul are saying here, feel free to make a donation to our Ethereum wallet that's in the description of the video here. And we'll try and get this up and running up on the Decentraland. That was the original point of all this. Consider maybe joining TRI. Consider joining Paul's Discord group. We're going to join the... What is it? It's Tibetan bowl spinning? Ben, that you do? What is it that you do again?
That sounds pretty impressive. We'll go with that. Tibetan bulls.
Have you ever seen those Tibetan bulls? They're like singing bulls. You ever seen those? And
No,
they,
I haven't. I'm gonna Google it right now.
yeah, that's used to be a big thing where they'd have the bulls sing. And it turns out that there's certain octaves that you can actually make harmonic resonance. You know, they say like the ancient Egyptians, how did they build the pyramids? They actually built the pyramids using harmonic frequencies to lift the boulders.
Right. Okay.
And actually, they even have images
And
of.
was that I've heard about like these cones that
Yeah,
they
well, what's really
used to like move objects. And,
yeah, like if you want to fun, and actually, it's in your neck of the woods too, you son of a bitch.
yeah, that guy
There's
that built that whole
yeah,
thing all
yeah.
by
So
himself and didn't tell anybody
yeah,
how
it's
he did
called
it.
the Coral Castle,
Yeah.
and he like
Yeah.
literally, I mean, it's like hundreds of tons. These huge monolith stones that he moved around, and the only hint that they had of what he was doing was a kid saw him lifting one of the rocks, and he said he was holding it looked like two ice cream cones. And I think what happens is the ice cream cones spit out a harmonic sort of resonance, and then
Right.
basically where the harmonic resonance crosses paths, you
Mm-hmm.
create like a little vortex. And within
Yeah.
that vortex, it actually is so powerful, it can offset the force of gravity. Of course,
Yeah.
Big Brother and all that, they don't want us to know about that shit. So anyway.
The lost information. Yeah, I heard about another guy down in South Africa, and he apparently has found a ton of them cones.
Right
I think
on.
you'd be interested in checking that out.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna
honestly, if I could just get like Liam set up and get you guys and get that campus all set up so I could just leave you guys for a few months, I would absolutely love to go down. There's like, they've got these caves that are actually underwater in Mexico. And one guy found in one of these caves all these tablets that were all the secrets of the old world. And God, there's even a name for it. But anyway, that is one of the things, like how did they move these huge massive objects. And the reason why, of course, the academia nowadays don't want us to know about this stuff is that would imply that actually we were much smarter back in the past, and actually we're a lot dumber now than we used to be. And of course they don't ever want to admit to that. So anyway, wow, that was a tangent.
Oh man, this is a rabbit hole. We got all
Totally.
night.
But dude, you're in Florida, so if anything, you have a moral obligation to go to that Coral Castle and just walk around the place and take a couple pictures for us, please.
All right. Okay, we got a report coming. I'll get to the bottom of it.
All right, right on. Excellent. There you go. Now that's 1 + 1 = 3. All right. Now, Paul, what was the next one you want us to look at? See, and now Ben, I like this. I got my host now doing most of the heavy lifting. This is awesome.
Okay. All right. So
Paul wants us to look at CFG USDT. And actually, I heard also that RLC, one of my favorite ones from years ago, is taking off like a rocket here, too. I suppose it's too late for that. But
On
what you got
Kraken,
here?
yeah.
Is this one that's
On
just
KuCoin.
going?
on Kraken, there's enough.
On KuCoin.
On KuCoin, sorry.
Yeah.
Want to go there? Okay, USDT.
KuCoin. I heard somebody on YouTube said
On
that
daily
KuCoin
plan.
is the new Trex.
Is that Great Dale Moody?
It could be. I don't know.
With-
Somebody said that.
We'll probably ignore this first one, hey?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
probably a lot of data before it, but if you're just, let's assume that we're down at the bottom end of the range. We might be, we might not be. I don't know. But gee whiz, look at that base that's forming down there, people. And it's interesting, just even off of that previous low, could you have gotten a double if you had bought down against those lows on that spike? Did it double in price there?
Off of this low here.
No, well, no, I guess not. The
Oh, this
previous
one,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Did it double?
Yeah, that's probably exactly 100%.
Oh,
Yeah, you have a double.
Yeah. I wonder if that was
Gee whiz. And so now we have 88.17, or I guess oh, 86.1794. What's the fast form that you describe these as? Do you just say 86?
Yeah, probably 72, 86.
All right. So this is a situation where if you could step in at 88.6, you get your, or excuse me, 86, you get your double at the just a kiss of the that old range low. And isn't that interesting? Look, can you see? Look at the spikes there in May. So it was almost like this was predetermined. Somebody, no, in May. Yeah, look at those spikes.
Yeah.
And look at where the damn spike stops. So it's almost like somebody had already planned for this to happen. Yeah, you stumbled upon a really cool little tool here, dude.
Yeah, and you'll notice I walked it down the peaks. I started up at this peak here, and then it didn't really show anything. Then I walked it down to here, and then walked it down to here. And as soon as I got to this peak, then this is more of a range that seems to be there's people stepping in and using these levels. So that's kind of where I'm at with kind of using it at the moment, rather than being hard and fast with the top, kind of walking it down to it. Yeah.
Cool.
So I don't know if anybody else is using it in a different way, or maybe I'll use it in a different way in another 6 months, but it seems to be respecting these levels pretty hard.
Yeah. So if you did a 38.2 off of that recent trading range. Oh, okay. So that's what you did. Didn't quite hit 38.2 there, right?
Yeah.
So then if you do a 38.2 off of this now range, how does that work?
So if we pull this,
would you still operate off of that original high, or would you go off of the next high, lower high?
This here, this is a interesting one. So from the 86 to 72, that's 100%, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a double in there.
Yeah.
And then this here gets really interesting because when you go down to the 86 kind of level, the 50% starts to line up with the 38.2. So the people who are operating off this 86 might be aiming for a 50% retrace. And then maybe these people down here are still aiming for that 38.2.
Okay, that makes sense. So what happens if you do a fib off of the rally peak there at the end of March and beginning of April? Was that was 38.2?
Okay.
Was that rally peak there in June? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if you do some Bombs off of that bottom? I guess the W's haven't really been confirmed yet here, right?
Right.
But there's a bunch of cute little W's. Yeah, there's one there you could use.
There's one there.
That's valid. Yeah, I like that one. So I can see that probably, there you go. 2.618 is that 38.2 tag again. Well, we're seeing that over and over, right? And then 4669 is up in the reload zone against that previous high. Yeah, well, there you go. So there's some levels. Be interesting to see, Steven working with the harmonics. He actually uses like time harmonics and does. This would be really cool to see if we could try and figure out how your study works time-wise. So instead of going horizontally on the chart like you're doing right now, we go vertically and see if it actually paints like time windows.
Yeah, or if it hits it within a certain amount of time, I think the shorter amount of time, the higher the likelihood is that you're going to hit a 38.2. Like if the market just slammed down into that 72%, I've found there's a higher chance that it's going to bounce back up to the 38.2. Whereas if it drags on and it takes a long, long time, and then eventually hits that 72 level, then maybe it will bounce 50% off there, or yeah, seems that horizontal energy kind of curves the rebound almost, like thinking like a ball bouncing.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
And now, if we throw some momentum on here, let's see. Do you have momentum studies on this chart?
Let's see what we got here.
Now you can see at the bottom of his screen, he's trying to learn commitments to traders.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll take that one off.
So you can see on Ben's chart, he's got 1688 on there. So I think we've added it. I know Julian, he loves 1688. So yeah, we've got it on there. I mean, I can't comment on the legitimacy of these numbers because I'm way too stupid. But if I'm not mistaken, there are like fib levels. Like I've got a funny little cheat sheet that goes up to 877, but I don't know what the number is that you would use to get 1688, but it's got to be an incredibly high, very close number to 100.
Yeah, I'll have to revisit it, but I saw someone posted the other day kind of like a reverse, how they reverse engineer kind of the fib levels and the chaos levels in the lounge.
Yeah. Well, I think I showed you guys, and actually Bobo and Raf, they were the ones that did this a while ago, which was super cool. But I'll just I'll throw the it's a cute little math matrix. Maybe you can just throw it up on your screen here.
Yeah. Whereabouts did you send it through?
Yeah, there it is. I just put it in our little room, so you just grab that image. Like I said, there is some logic to these numbers if you just do like a simple math equation with them. And 1688, yeah, it's like the 0.94076. Is that actually a fib? 0.94? I've never heard of that, but yeah, I suppose it could. So, let's see, is this a picture of a naked lady? What's gonna pop up here? Actually, you're showing. Yeah, there you go. There's the image.
Oh, that was it, wasn't it? Where did it go?
Oh, that's bizarre.
Was it in the? Oh, you put it in the lounge.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether you like if you can just take a screenshot of that. Anyway, so you can see there's yeah, okay. So you can see there's 1688. That's the last one down at the bottom there. And actually, all I did was just tried to do some reverse math and just try and understand based on these little mathematical, just really, really simple algebraic formulas right up at the top there. How could we create that 1688 number? And it turns out that it's like the starting number would be 0.94076. Now, I don't know what the heck that is. So. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting little study that I put together there. It's interesting how when you do those algebraic numbers off of 50%, it comes out to a perfect 2.0. And then, you do good old Mountain Man. And fascinating how it comes out to 1.618 and 2.617. It's just incredible how that works. 78.6, 127.2, and then there's our 4.67. Now, I'm not quite sure why the numbers are slightly different. Like it's not 4.669, that's 4.672. I can't explain any of that. But. So I don't know whether that's similar to the math equation that you saw somebody kicking around the site, but that was some fun little experiment that we did recently. Great, Moody, you'd probably know the math better on this than any of us. So if you have some insight, please let us know. All right. So if we were doing a vote on momentum and location, we can't. I mean, like location, all we can say is, it looks like it's cheap and bottom end of the range, so that's good. Momentum, what do you think here? Would we give this a passing grade, or would we say, we're maybe a bit late? Oh, it's got a little bottom there.
Yeah.
I mean, now you've been working with these simple momentum tools for a while now, Ben. I mean, what does that momentum study tell you?
I mean, there is a divergence there. It was confirmed here. But it's not as powerful.
That RSI breakout, it'd be interesting. Do you do the Bollinger Bands on the RSI? I bet you those Bollinger Bands are squeezing in nicely there.
Yeah, I've done that one time.
I don't want to tell
it's
you.
not something I've really done a lot, but let's see.
You can just right click on the RSI
okay.
study itself. Just right click on it.
Mm-hmm.
On the study.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like
you,
this,
yeah. Well, that's the moving average. Click on the study.
Oh. So the study, what are you referring to there?
The actual RSI line.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then add indicator strategy on RSI. You see that? It's the second choice.
Okay.
And then here you want to type in Bollinger Bands or just BB. Not the strategy, just the Bollinger Bands.
These guys here.
Yeah.
Just your standard Bollinger Bands.
All right.
There we go.
So
Yeah. Squeezing up a little. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see the as Sjord would say, the pressure is building. It's not really a div though, is it? So it's kind of like you're just going with the momentum. So anyway, that would be my interpretation. Notice, look back in March there. Notice how the bands tightened up and then price broke out through the top and all hell broke loose, right? And price took off like a rocket. So, if anything, it's good to see. Yeah, so you can see that was a half decent entry. So when those bands tighten up and we sort of W out above the moving average on the Bollinger Bands on the RSI study, it's not a bad signal. Anyway, something to think about.
And have you ever used your RSI
methodology?
Teal, purple, yellow together with the Bollinger Band?
You could if you wanted to. I mean, what I would maximize that RSI study. And then we can just sort of walk through the numbers here. They're all the same color, though, so it's awfully tough to see. I mean, maybe you could... what is this? This is a daily chart, eh? Man, that thing sure is busy. So maybe minimize the Bollinger Band study. Like if you just hit the little eye icon, yeah. So we just minimize that. Probably also... we don't really need the moving average for this particular conversation. I think you probably have a that's the Bollinger.
That's the Bollinger Band, my bad. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. All right. So here you can see we just had an M come in there. Basically where your mouse is, you see that little M there.
Oh,
so that's a bigger one, but yeah, that little M. So little M probably I would sort of start my analysis there. So and then we have a bigger M, which I think is yellow, which came in basically on the 25th. Then following that M, we had a W come in, which confirmed there basically the first day of August. And then we had an M come in. Then we had a sloppy move that broke the top of the M, but then also made a new M. So I don't know. I'd say there's just a whole bunch of conflicting signals here.
Yeah.
And the way that I would interpret this is that the market's not using this time frame RSI study here. So let's jump down to the 4 hours. All right. So now do we have usable information here? There's a nice little W that came in, so that probably is teal. Yeah, right there. That would be teal. So boom, boom. And then the next W would be your trade. So that would be in yellow. And so then the question is, did yellow come through the 50 line? No. So I would call this a weak buy signal. And then, maybe just do a vertical line right over the point where that yellow W confirmed.
A vertical line?
Yeah.
Or horizontal?
No, vertical.
Vertical.
So, where it's that bar there. I mean, it's not really that great of a level. Then let's go up and look at price. So that's the buy signal bar. And we should expect a weak move out of this. But nonetheless, looks like we're moving up. And can you see, like if you maximize the price pane now, so we have the vertical line, which is the RSI signal. And then you see the price pane. What letter of the alphabet is coming in here on this move, and where is it happening off of? Looks like a big W to me.
How far back are we talking?
Well, just, even just the high from the third there, right?
There.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of W's.
There's a lot of W's, yeah.
But like if you drew a horizontal line off of the high from the third, that's just visually the one that I'm seeing. I think this is the trade signal that's firing here.
Gotcha.
So, now let's zoom out to that daily chart and let's see where would this signal likely take us. You could probably do Foggenbaums off of that W that just came in there. So that, and I think the problem is these tails, they're taking out those lows, aren't they? So you got to find the W. I think the W, like if you zoom in, it looks like there's a tail. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars ago.
This one here?
Yeah, there's the W. Can you see the W?
Like up.
Well, that's the right-hand side of the W. The left-hand side of the W.
Oh, you want to do the chaos off of?
Yeah, the low of that bar. Yep, there to there. So that's your breakout. So let's see where this thing wants to take us. So 2.618, that's probably a logical stopping point. And that aligns nicely with the previous one. But this is what I would call confluence. So in essence, we're starting to get a bunch of confluence indicators. Confluence of indicators that the market wants to get up into that like 40-cent area, I guess, eh? So...
Yep.
That's the way. In fact, actually, the RSI, that doesn't look bad off of that daily. You can see there was a nice W there put in at the beginning of August. And then could you interpret that all of this price action is another W coming in here? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, do that teal. And then this next one, boobity-boo, and it going through the middle part there. And I think that's yellow. And same sort of thing. It's not through the 50 line, it's through the 60 line. So it's a bullish reading, and the price action looks uppy. So looks like this thing. The easiest thing you can do here is do an ABCD. So from the low at the very beginning of July there, that low at the beginning of July. Not that low.
No. This one here?
No, that's June.
Or
the beginning of July.
May, June. Oh, okay.
Right there. That push up, that's your AB.
So we'll go, not this one here.
Yeah, you could do that. To keep it easy, let's do that. And then just clone that. And then now you can see the 3 higher lows, right? So you're getting the hang of this.
Yeah,
so you can see how
then you got stopped out like that Ethereum trade.
Yeah, the only issue with these damn tails, right? This is this is a Korean cryptocurrency exchange. Is this going to be fluid like S&P futures? No. This is going to be messier than hell. And there's going to be some jerk who's going to want to try and run your stocks and steal your money.
Mm.
But
there almost needs to be, it seems like like Bitcoin doesn't really do that as much? I
It's
wonder if
because it's grown
having
up.
like a
It's.
yeah.
I can tell you. I remember back in 2015, they took the damn market down to. 2014, they took it back to $150. So at that point, yeah, there was a lot of those kind of moves. But I think since the $10,000 level was breached, Bitcoin's sort of behavioral pattern has changed, and it's more of sort of a, I don't know, blue chip. Do we really want to say that?
Yeah. And do you, I don't know if you've ever built that into any of your plans that, like you don't let your like you don't put a stop below say for instance, if Bitcoin's not going to run the stop, then you don't get out of the trade. Is that something that you've
uh,
ever used, or that's too dangerous?
I'm too stupid to outguess the market like that.
Right.
So and that's why I like to have three lows
I
to
mean,
work with.
not
In
right. I
fact,
feel like I
did
just
you see
agreed.
the S&P 500 trade today that I did? Because it's
uh,
absolutely perfect analogy of a day trader's life, and it literally came within like 2 or 3 ticks of stopping me out. Check this out, right? Show this image on your screen.
let me stop sharing and jump on.
No. You
Or
can just load
no?
this up on
Okay.
your screen. You're doing such a great job. You're
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
But if you load this up, you can actually. I don't know. I guess you can't see my trade levels for some reason. When you hit the camera button on TradingView, it wipes them out. But you can generally see it where I entered the trade. So if you want to just throw that on the screen.
And is that in our lounge?
Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I put it in the lounge. Oh, I can't. I was supposed to, because you posted in the lounge there, so we should probably post back. Okay, so check this one out. You see where I entered the trade there, eh? At the 25 level of the bot. You see that?
Yeah. Over here.
Oh no, yeah, you're right there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Now, if you look back, you can see the double bottom in price, and you can see the third low, and you can see where I worked my stop. And look at what they did to me. And what was fascinating was this was right at the very end of the daily brief. The market was coming right down into that level. And as I was finishing the daily video on the site, I was like, well, looks like I'm toast. But look, it held. Right? So if somebody had asked you as the market was surging down there, well, do you think we're going to take out those lows? Your natural reaction is, of course. I don't know why the fuck the market stopped there, but it stopped on a dime. Isn't that incredible? And the trade actually made money at the end of it. Go figure, eh? It's incredible. So this is why I tell people you can't predict the future. Don't get into that business. Just don't. And don't try and outthink the market and say, well, if I work my stop here, okay, fine. But if I don't, this time it'll work out. You're just asking for trouble if you start breaking your plan like that. So I'm not that smart of a guy, but what I am smart, and it's not really smart. It's just I've learned over time, the way that you win at this game is you have to clearly articulate what it is that you do, and if you see over time that when you follow that specific plan, it produces better than 60%, favorable results, a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, blah, blah, blah. You've heard all that before. Then you're profitable. But don't try and outthink the market. And this was a really, really good example that I could have stepped in there and gone, oh, fuck it. You know what? I just want to get out of this thing. It's too painful. And I'm not going to obey my stop. But that was the wrong thing to do. And the right thing to do was just sit there and just live with the results. And so this is a really good example of why I don't try and second guess the setup. I just go with it and live with the results. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's badass.
And that's the thing is I remember when that turned back up and I was going, geez, is this trade going to work? People are going to think, oh man, you're such an awesome trader. No, I'm not. I mean, what I did was I pulled the trigger at that 4203 level. That's what I did. That's about it. And then I just put the stop loss below 41.94. That's it. That's all I did. So, anyway, it's fascinating. A commentary on a trader's life, I'll tell you. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right.
And you know, if that was Bitcoin, you know, the altcoins would have gone through that level.
This is a very, obviously that low there at 41.94, that was some sort of key low on a major stock like Microsoft or, IBM or something like that. And there was so much interest in the stock at that level that it acted like horizontal support. Right, you remember our module on horizontal support and resistance and how that's like an institutional fingerprint down there, right? So at that point, previously, that 41.94 area, some institutional players said this is where we're buying and we are going to buy. Market came back down into that level and they were like, well, it's time to start buying again. And they just turned it around. So, I mean, I'm not tooting my horn about the trade. All I'm saying is this is just a really good analogy that you just don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And I came within a heartbeat of getting stopped out, but this is why I use the 3 lows. Now, would it have been in my best interest had that low been broken that I stay in the trade? And I unequivocally would say no. I would say that if that low was broken and I didn't get stopped out, then I'm breaking the trading rules and I'm just setting myself up for disaster. Because one time you'll find that it'll break those lows, the market will go into free fall and you are trapped and it might destroy you. I've seen that happen before too. So. You're only as good as trader as you are as to you actually do what you say you're going to do. And that's one major reason why I really like working with Paul here, is you can just hear it in him. He's very clear, very cut, dry, no bullshit. I enter here. This is my profit objective. There's my stop. Trade my setups. Next bus in 10 minutes. No emotion. Just trading setups. I love that working. Paul, you still here, or did we put you back to sleep?
No, I'm still here.
Awesome, great. Okay, we didn't. It's my apologies taking us down the S&P 500 route, but it's just a good example of setup and very interesting way it played out. CFG.USDT, of course. These, you're kind of comparing apples and oranges, and frankly speaking, I wouldn't go down to like lower time frames and day trade these altcoins. I think that's just asking for trouble. The bigger one.
Zach says on YouTube that Uniswap is better.
Uniswap.
The liquidity, liquidity on this one.
But Love Chat XYZ says that if we want to have big fat hard penises,
I
we
reported
should go to their site.
That's
Thank you, Love Chat XYZ. You've
the-
made it on YouTube when the bots come out and they spam you. You've made it. That's funny.
Anyway, the last 2 coins were Zach's ideas.
Zach, all right. So these names that you asked us to look at here, CFG.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. So great job. And if you could throw that in the spreadsheet. In fact, why don't we wind up? Let's head on over to the spreadsheet and let's take a review. See how our crystal ball readers did last week. And actually, on that chart right there, the daily chart. Let's see it. Let's do a quiz. Let's see how anybody can answer quickly. What was the name of the candle, not the current candle, but the candle that just finished before this most recent candle? What do we call that kind of candle? And by the way, it's actually a pretty bullish candle. What is that candle right there? Starts with an E. Let's see if we can do a little bit of learning here. There's Ben's squiggly line theory.
That's my poor attempt at an hour.
Great Delmity says double D trade signal from Love Chat. Hey, Wade wins the booby prize. Nice job. No, it's not a key reversal, Jay. Or maybe it is. I don't think it opened. What's the low of that red candle? Is it lower than the green candle? I think it is, but maybe not. Yeah, see, you can see the tail of that red candle goes below. So we can't call it a key reversal. Nice thinking, though. I like how you guys are thinking. But we can call it an engulfing bar. And engulfing bars are pretty darn powerful. So this is what happens is that when you look at bullish charts, you're going to go, hey, there's a bullish reason. There's a bullish reason. There's a bullish thing. There, and we used to always say in the pits, if you can see a tail, not wick, tail. If you can see 3 unrelated reasons to justify taking a trade, usually you can see 4, 5, 6, and 7. So here's a good example where there's just another bullish sign. Yeah, you can see the tail. I mean, it's kind of hard because we have so many different things on the chart. Pull up the chart yourself if you need to, but I can see the tail is lower than the engulfing bars candle. And that's fine. Don't sweat. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's well after 8 o'clock. So we probably should wind things up here. I don't know. You people over on YouTube, did you enjoy the offering tonight? Did you get some good value out of this? That's, I suppose, the whole point of this. Maybe Ben, do you have the spreadsheet on your screen? Can we just pop on over there and do it off of your screen?
Sure. Should be able to pull that up.
Hey, this is great, man. I got the guys doing most of the work now. This is awesome. All right, so the boys were uber bullish. The old man, he was pretty neutral. And we actually came in just slightly higher. So we're all wrong. Way to go, crystal ball readers. Now, are the boys more right than I am? I don't know about that. I don't know how to answer that. Mind you, I'm not in this to win this, so I'll give them the victory. You guys are awesome. You're great. Way to go. What do you think's going to happen next, Paul? Let me guess. Wait. Actually, you know what? Before you answer, Paul, YouTube, what do you think Paul's going to say here today? I think he's been pretty consistent of late, hasn't he? Yeah, generally the same number. I'm just being silly. Paul, what's your prediction next week? Still as bullish as always?
Yep. +2.
All right, there you go. Another big fat +2. Dowsing. Yeah, I love dowsing. I love that kind of thinking. That's super cool. Yeah. All right, Ben, what's your call?
I think I'm going to go 2 as well.
Damn, you guys, what the hell? Seriously? Still haven't been filled on my sell half on a 2.2 to 1 risk reward. I'm actually surprised. We're kind of stalled out here. But you guys reckon we're going up, eh? I could see us work our way up. The question is, do we hit this by next week? Yeah, we're actually hitting a sine wave peak here right now. Next day or two, we should hit a peak. I'm going to go next Wednesday. And let's see, what is the date for next Wednesday? That's the 17th, middle of the month, eh? Ooh, we're heading right into that's options expiry that Friday.
Do you, are you sharing the screen with your...
No.
Your BTC analysis? No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I could, but no, I'm not. I'm gonna vote. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah,
is that the sine wave you're thinking of?
There you go. You got the same sine wave as me. So the interesting thing is the 17th comes in on kind of a down note there, eh? So I don't know. I think I actually have to. I think I actually have to give a. From current levels the same distance to the downside that we just went on the upside. So does that give me a -1? Do I have to do a -1? God, that seems crazy. I think, you know what, we'll just go with a 0. But if anything, if you could put on the spreadsheet 0, and I'm going to say a 0 bracket with extreme prejudice. You know what that's from?
How do you spell prejudice? I don't know if I've ever spelled that. With a J or a D?
Prejudiced. I think it's a J. You know, have you ever heard that expression before? Paul, you ever heard that expression?
No, definitely not.
The whole line is terminate with extreme prejudice.
No, not ringing any bells.
Oh, really? Jeez. God, you guys are young whippersnappers. Anybody on YouTube know where that line comes from? I could be like Dennis Miller. I don't know. Do you guys know who Dennis Miller is? Probably
No.
not. He used to be on Saturday Night Live. He used to have the most craziest references. Prejudice is spelled Prejudice.
Let's see if I got that right.
So I'm not even going to let you guys... in the comments, see if you know where that movie... I just gave you a hint. So where that line's from. But I am 0 with extreme prejudice. Okay. Was it Nick Nolte? I don't think so. Actually, I think it was Harrison Ford. I think Harrison Ford... No. Well, actually, it sort of was. But isn't that interesting? You guys know... nobody knows where that line's from. That's fascinating. Huh. All right. So remind me next week, Ben, to fill you guys in on where that movie comes from, or that line comes from, if we haven't figured it out yet.
All right.
Okay. Great show. That was actually very entertaining. It's a pleasure working with you guys. It really is. Thank you very much. Closing thoughts? Ben, you want to start us off?
Oh wow, I wasn't prepared for this.
Okay, well, we
I'm
can
gonna
start
say
off
first of all,
Pardon me?
let's send some PMA Brian's way to
Oh.
him and Liam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and then also if you come up with $1 million idea for how to make him $1 million to get
Well,
take care of
just so your audience is aware, I tell everybody on the site, my son is low functioning autistic, and he does need a lot of one-on-one support through his life, and the government's made his life a bit challenging. You will see. I mean, he was just moved into some new digs. Theoretically, he's doing okay, but I'll see how he's doing tomorrow in person. And really what I would like to do is end this government sort of... See, down in the States, all the healthcare is private, eh? So, but you're not even legally allowed to have private healthcare here in Canada. So you have to literally do it like totally privately and kind of, pay for everything. So... Anyway, I would love to be able to end that. So that's what Ben's making reference to. But at the same time, too, no pity party for Brian. This is, we're here to really, if anything, you want a pity party, it's for Liam. You want to help out? How can we help Liam out? That's the positive karmic kind of thinking I want out of all that. But thank you. Every single week, do you notice that Ben is always thinking about Liam, and I love that about you, dude. Thank you.
For sure. And yeah, I'm sure just like everybody else, we appreciate that you spend so much time to share everything that you've learned, and you're very, very generous with all that. So it's I guess the least that the community can do and give it back, and
Thanks,
no
man.
doubt it helps. So yeah, and then other than that, check out the app, share it, and yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Paul, Let me guess. Paul's gonna probably talk about something about setups. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, just trader setup. Just treat the market like a business. You know my line.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want to go into the chat room there and dump in your Discord channel or and your Twitter feed or whatever, go ahead and do that now.
No, someone posted the. I guess someone posted the Discord, the Twitter handle, so it's okay.
All right, yeah, I did that for you. So
Yeah, thank you.
okay, PMA for the win, everybody. Slow and steady wins the race. It looks like crypto market's pointing up. And my cohorts, they're uber bullish once again. Both of them, both giving 2+2 readings. Huh. So get out there and make money. I used to have an old buddy of mine who used to sell hay to the local farmers, big horse country out in the country here in BC. And he used to always say, make hay while the sun's shining, because when it's raining, you can't make hay. It's totally pointless. So I would heed Jack's advice. We're in a friendly market. If you're out there trying to make some capital gains, now is when you really got to focus. And of course, if you need help building those plans, getting yourself set up, running your small business of trading, new school term starts in September, which is, I guess, only about a month or so away. And actually, we're super excited at TRI. Of course, we got a whole bunch of fun tools to give us edge in the marketplace. So if you're looking for edge, come consider checking out our dashboard and all of our fun algorithms. Okay, why don't we leave it at that? I think, I don't know who took us out last week, so I'll take out us this week. I'll take us out this week, whatever. The only thing left for us to say, everybody, is PMA for the win. Don't take no wooden nickels. Remember what your number one job is. And, of course, bye.